Episode 23. I'm willing to be your girlfriend. How could this woman sleep so soundly in front of a stranger? She didn't look like a scheming person. Keith smiled and looked at the time. It was almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. After hesitating for a moment, he decided to go shopping. Now that he had money, he didn't need to struggle so much. He moved into a new place and planned to upgrade all his daily necessities to new, improved ones. Keith first went to the electronics store and ordered a top-of-the-range computer. After that, he went to Target to stock up on necessities for his pantry and the rest of the house. Since he had the culinary mastery skill, he could now cook delicious food for himself. By the time he returned home, it was dark, and his new computer had already been delivered. He nodded to the doorman and took his groceries into the house. But before he could catch his breath, a voice suddenly screamed, "Ah, Zephyr! This Zephyr is such a scammer." Needless to say, his beautiful gamer roommate must have started her live stream. Keith rolled his eyes and went to prepare dinner. In her room, Daria was watching the comments roll in and chatting with their audience. She'd been doing live streams for a week and had gained a strong following based on her skill, cheerful character, and beautiful appearance. Currently, the number of people following her stream was about 100,000. Daria had also signed a new contract with the platform. Suddenly, a delicious fragrance wafted into her room. Daria wrinkled her nose like a kitten and giggled. "It smells so good. Looks like someone has finished cooking. Guys, I'm gonna go eat. The next live stream starts at 9 o'clock. Ignoring the flurry of comments, Daria closed the live stream and opened her door, excited to see dishes on the dining table. Looks like I don't have to eat instant ramen tonight." Keith raised an eyebrow at her, but she was too stunning to be mad at for long. Daria had seemed kind of cute before, but now, wearing a long dress and light makeup, she was an all-out beauty. Daria seemed to have seen through Keith's thoughts and giggled. "What's up with you? I'm pretty, right? Lucky you, getting to rent with a beauty like me." Keith smiled as Daria dished up a plate for herself and started to eat. Her stomach had been growling just from the smell, and her face lit up as she realized that it tasted even more delicious than it smelled. "You made all this yourself? Oh my God, it's so delicious." Daria munched on another mouthful before saying, "Dude, if you cook for me like this every day, I'd be your girlfriend for sure." You fulfilled Daria's wish to eat. Wish value +1. Current progress 4 of 10. Keith rolled his eyes at her as he loaded up his plate. He muttered, "My name's Keith." "Keith?" Daria answered vaguely. She stuffed another piece of pork belly into her mouth, her eyes full of satisfaction and enjoyment. A little while later, Daria, who had already finished her third helping, leaned back in her chair. She looked at Keith, who was cleaning up, and said in admiration, "I didn't see it before. Not only are you good looking, but you're talented too. Don't worry, I'll pay you back for all this. Within 3 days, I'll increase your gaming skills so much that you'll be the envy of all your friends. How about it?" League of Legends was a popular game all over the world. High-level skills would give him not only bragging rights, but also the ability to earn money by playing professionally or becoming a streamer. And players could join teams for the qualifying matches. In fact, it was quite a beneficial strategy. Keith said with a faint smile, "Your technique is really that good?" Daria patted her chest and proudly said, I'm a Grandmaster contestant at the top of the division. Keith thought of something and said, "The top of the division? Then do you often encounter pro players?" "Of course." Daria smiled and said, "Hurry up and set up your computer. I already told my followers that I'm playing the qualifier match with a teammate tonight." Keith faintly smiled. He already had the master of the game proficiency. If he couldn't convert it into something beneficial, then it would be useless having it. An idea formed in his mind. He nodded and said, "All right, I'll play a few rounds with you." Keith set up his new computer and installed all the games and programs he needed. By the time he'd finished all of that, it was exactly 9 o'clock. You've fulfilled Daria's wish. Wish value +1. Current progress 5 of 10. He was in his room, talking to Daria via voice transmission. After adjusting his equipment, he loaded the platform and found Daria's live stream. Although her popularity was pretty average, she had a lot of comments. He didn't realize Daria had already started the live stream while he was testing his new microphone. Now, all kinds of comments about him appeared on the screen. "Daria, your friend's voice is really nice. Does he have his own stream?" "His voice is nice. He's definitely a newbie." "Our Daria's going to be snatched away." "I hope a pro player will come and crush his gigolo." There were all kinds of comments. However, many of the people in the live stream were men who came for Daria's beauty. They were obviously hostile towards him. If they knew that he and Daria were under the same roof, he didn't know how they would react. As he entered the game, someone suddenly revealed that there was a pro player on the other side. Daria was shocked when she heard that, and after checking, she let out a wail. "The other side is Apollo and Pumpkin's alternate account. I brought a newbie with me. I might lose this round." The comments were very interesting. Many viewers couldn't wait to see Keith get trashed. At that moment, the voice of the system sounded in Keith's mind. "Master of the game skill activated." Keith smiled. He didn't expect to meet a pro player in the first round, but it was a pleasant surprise. He quickly started the game. There were 2 pro players on the other side, but they didn't seem to care about the other players at this stage. They chose Machiavelli and Prince for entertainment. Even if they were only up against a few heroes, they still weren't skilled enough at this stage to challenge them. Daria chose the female police officer who was the best, but Keith used a giant bug to support her. This made the audience laugh. The bug's support ability wasn't strong, and it would be easily abused. Sure enough, when it reached level 1, it was still all right, but when it reached level 2, Prince had the second EQ combo, and the situation began to turn against them.